Hello everybody, it's Wednesday night. Probably by the time this is up it'll be midnight till Thursday morning, but for me it's Wednesday night and I'm here with the video. Please excuse me first off, my nose is very stuffed up and congested, so I know I look like hell, I probably sound like hell, so excuse any sniffles or weird sounds that might happen throughout this video. But yes, it's Wednesday. I know we were supposed to do a video together, me and Gabby, but we just didn't get around to it. But earlier today, Gabby did a video of her own to keep, our thing going with a video every Wednesday. So very nice of her. So proud of you. So she did a video, and it was Gabby's thoughts, Elisa Lam's death. And this topic is something we were reading about and watching about yesterday a lot. So she did a video on it, and I figured it'd be a pretty cool thing to do Justin's thoughts and add my opinions and my approach and my thoughts about the whole topic and the whole story. So I thought this could be something that we do every now and then, where one of us does a video on a certain topic, and then later, when we're not together, later that night, the other person does a video on that topic, but with their opinions and their approach and what they think. I think it'd be a pretty neat thing to do, so expect more of it. Whether it's me doing a video called Justin's Thoughts, whatever topic, followed by Gabby's Thoughts, whatever topic, or vice versa. So for this topic, it's the death of Elisa Lam. And it's a very eerie, mysterious, spooky, and just confusing type of story where you really just want to know what happened to this girl. And especially for Gabby, I mean, for the past 2 days, this is all she's been talking about. She's been obsessed with this whole case of Elisa Lam and what happened to her. She's trying to pretty much become a detective, but she's not going to find out what happened, unfortunately. None of us are going to find out what truly happened, but I'm here to talk to you about what I think might have happened, to add my perspective on it. Now, before we talk about her actual death, let's talk about the hotel that she was staying at, the whole thing around this. Now, we were watching this video on this guy's channel. First of all, let me plug his channel real fast. Rob Dyke. That's the channel we were watching. The guy's name is Rob Dyke. We were just watching video after video of his. He has some great stuff. Great, scary, spooky stuff. He comes out with a video every Wednesday just like we do. But he has some great stuff, like 10 photos taken right before death. He has videos on serial killers, brutal execution methods, 10 psycho ex-lovers, just great murder, mystery, scary type of stuff. If you're into that, definitely go check out his channel. I'll leave a link in the description. So we were watching his videos. I think this one was called Most Scariest Deaths. And the story of Elisa Lam really just got to us, especially to Gabby. And we wanted to do our video on it. So Elisa Lam was a Canadian student staying in Los Angeles. I don't know whether it was a vacation, she was seeing friends, but she was a Canadian student staying in Los Angeles. I believe she was 21 years old. She was staying in Los Angeles at the Hotel Cecil. Now, this hotel, it's important to know the history of this hotel. This hotel has a fair share of history of its own. Very eerie, very spooky, very dark, rooted in blood and death. Now, multiple serial killers have resided in this hotel, notably Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. He stayed at this hotel. People have committed suicide in the past. There was, suicide in the 60s of somebody committed at this hotel. So this hotel has a lot of mythos, a lot of mystery, a lot of aura, a lot of, bad, bloody, horror-fueled legacy to it. And it's important to take that into effect, especially when you listen to my approach to what happened. It's important to know the history of the hotel. So this wasn't a great hotel to stay at. They actually had to change the name of it from the Hotel Cecil to stay on Main, to kind of rid themselves of that, that reputation, that bad vibe. So Elisa Lam, Canadian student, staying at the Hotel Cecil, and it was her last day, I believe, or her second to last day staying at this hotel. And it all starts where she's getting into this elevator, and there's actual video from the surveillance of her getting to the elevator. I'll leave a link to that in the description. She gets into the elevator, and it's a very spooky, eerie video. Very strange. She gets into this elevator. and she starts pressing all the buttons to all the floors, but nothing in the elevator is working. The doors just are not closing, and she's pressing all the buttons, the doors are not closing. And she goes into the corner to kind of, as if she's hiding from somebody. She's hiding in the corner of the elevator as if somebody was about to approach her. And when you're watching this and you don't know the story, you're kind of like, you have your hands in front of your face, you're trying to peek because you're expecting, somebody just come into the elevator and just butcher her and murder her to death. But that's not what happens. But looks like she's hiding from something, whether it's a person or I don't know. But there's something there that's wrong, and it rubs you the wrong way when you're watching it. Then she kind of peeks out of the elevator and looks both ways, as if, trying not to get noticed but see what's going on, and then she jumps back in. More pressing of buttons. She gets out of the elevator, starts doing some weird movements. She does a sidestep, and then she kind of moves out of the frame for a little bit, and then she comes right back into the frame. And then it looks as if she's talking to somebody, but you don't see anybody in the frame. Now, I don't know if she was just talking to herself. It is important to know that she did have a bipolar disorder, so maybe that would make sense, her talking to herself. Maybe she was having, a pretty bad attack of bipolar at this point. But it's unknown if she was talking to herself or maybe talking to somebody who just was smart enough to know not to get into the frame of the video. So it looks like as if she's talking to somebody. She starts doing some weird hand gestures. Then she kind of gets out of the frame, and then 5 seconds after she gets out of the frame, elevator doors close. Why? After 4 minutes, this video is 4 minutes long of the elevator doors not closing. Once she gets out of the frame, elevator doors close. And it said that minutes after this video, she was dead. So she goes missing. Weeks later, nobody knows where Elisa Lam is. People at the hotel start complaining about their water, that it's discolored, that it has an odor to it, that it tastes bad. And they go to the roof, to the water tanks, and where do they find the water tanks? Of course, they find Elisa Lam's dead body, laying naked in the water. She had been dead for about 3 weeks at this time. Now, what had happened from the end of that elevator video, even during the elevator video, to her winding up in that water tank, that's the mystery. That's the what the hell happened to her that we just don't understand. Now, Gabby took an approach that it was kind of a supernatural ghost type of approach that she had. I'm going to go to the rooted in our world type of approach, that this was somebody, some sadistic, very dark sense of humor, psycho person that killed her off. Notably, somebody who worked at the hotel. Now, people say that, they try to explain her weird behavior as if saying that in the video that she's on drugs. Now, a toxicology was done and they found no drugs in her system, so that doesn't add up. So she had to be either a bipolar attack or legit hiding from something. I think there was something there. I think that she was legit hiding or was kind of weary about something that we couldn't see. Now, my approach that this was somebody who worked at the hotel just adds up too perfectly, rather than what the police say, that this was an accidental drowning, which is what they ruled it as. Now, the elevator doors not closing, to me that's the thing. Why don't they close for 4 minutes? Why do they finally close once she gets out of frame? A worker at the hotel would have access to the elevator, would be able to control it. This person was toying with Elisa Lam. And to me, like I said, the history of the hotel has a lot to play with this. This was somebody who wanted to add to the aura, to the mystery, to the story, to the legacy rooted in blood and murder of this hotel. They wanted to add their own chapter to this. Like, copycat killers want to add to the legacy of certain serial killers, except this person was added to the legacy of the hotel itself. So elevator doors don't close. Maybe they come up to Elisa Lam because it looks like she is talking to somebody. Maybe they come up to her and she starts talking to this person. We don't know. But once she leaves out of the picture, elevator doors do close. Now, I'm sorry. This to get to the water tank, you're telling me this 100-pound girl is going to get up to the roof of the hotel that is only accessible with a key, unless you go through the fire escape, which she could have done. But more so only accessible, if you're going to go through the doors with a key. She's going to go to the roof. She's going to climb up a ladder to the water tank. She's going to... a water tank that I believe is locked, first of all. She's going to open this heavy water tank lid open, get naked, climb into it, and be able to close this heavy lid over the water tank, and that's how she's going to off herself. To me, that's not the way she would go. She would have just jumped if she was going to kill herself. I am not buying it. I'm sorry. To me, what happened, somebody was toying with her. This was a sick, sadistic person with a sick sense of humor. Very just dark, okay? Somebody was toying with the elevator. And just the eeriness of it closing once she leaves the frame and us not knowing what the fuck happens. What the hell happened to her? She leaves the frame. To me, he either, knocked her out, or maybe killed her there, or maybe, coaxed her to follow him to the roof. Gets her to the roof. Has a key to open the door to the roof. Climbs up the water tank. Dumps her body in. Is able to close it because he's in a much better position to easily close it rather than she would inside the water tank. And just that sick, sadistic, type of humor that people are going to be drinking her decomposing body through their water. That would make sense for a killer like this, to do this. To put her in the water tank so people are drinking her decomposing body. It just adds up too much to me. Accidental drowning? I don't think so. To me, this was the police saying we don't have enough to see probable cause in that she was murdered. Now, there was no blunt force trauma, no physical trauma, and the toxicology came back with nothing in her system. And just the fact that her body was kind of decomposing because it wasn't found till 3 weeks after, they just didn't have enough to go on. Maybe if they had found her sooner, we would have had some more answers. But to me, they just didn't have enough to go on. And they kind of said, you know what? It's going to be really hard for us to find what really happened. So let's just go the easy route and say accidental drowning. But the people who did do the test on her said they didn't find a probable cause of suicide. So there you go. How does somebody just randomly end up in a water tank without committing suicide? Doesn't make sense to me. So there's my thoughts on it, is that somebody was behind this and somebody took Elisa Lam's life that day, that night. Gabby believes it was kind of like a ghost supernatural thing. I believe this was some psycho, sadistic, dark sense of humor, cold-blooded killer who just wanted to add legacy and the history and the story of the hotel, wanted to add their own chapter to the Hotel Cecil. So there's our opinions. If you haven't read about this story, I'm going to leave some links in the description. Definitely read about it. You heard our opinions, but we want to hear yours. What is your take? Is it a ghost supernatural type of take? Is it a murder? Or was it suicide? Is that the answer? Is it not something sensational? Is it just something as simple as a girl with a mental disorder who committed suicide? Let us know what you think. I'm going to leave the links to the video of the elevator video. I'm going to leave the link to Rob Dyke's channel. Definitely go check his channel out. And we're going to be doing more of these Gabby's thoughts followed by Justin's thoughts on a topic, or vice versa, Justin's thoughts followed by Gabby's thoughts. These are fun. I like doing them. They're different. But yeah, that's our video for today on Elisa Lam. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think about this story. I'm going to leave all the links in the description. And until our next video, have a great night. Have a great Wednesday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Until our next video, till the next time, take care.